Guys, in this little box there is something super special, so without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox it. Can you guess what's inside this box? Drop a comment down below before I take this out. Ooh. What could this be? What could this be? I give you a hint. I don't know if it's going to focus. Maybe, yes. Ooh, boom, guys. Look at these two beautiful pieces. These are the MEUS isokinetic AXLES. Actually, these are the nylon version. They are quite a bit cheaper than the aluminum version, and I've read that they use the stock servo mount, so I should not have to buy the MEUS servo mount. So we will find out pretty soon, I guess. Take a look at the rear axle. Hopefully you guys can see that. The rear axle doesn't really have anything special to it. The front axle, however, is the it's the main character of this video. Ooh, let's not slice myself open. Because if you guys didn't already know, even though many YouTube channels already talk about it, the isokinetic axles have this pretty crazy thing here where there are two dog bones, and this is going to allow us to have a crazy amount of steering. So they claim 52 degrees, so we will see if I can actually get the 52 degrees on the truck itself without touching anything. So without further ado, let's assemble these bad boys onto the truck. So apparently, while I was unboxing, I came across this ring and pinion gear, which apparently is a 16 tooth. So I am going to disassemble the rear because I know that the front does not mount the overdrive, but you can underdrive the rear. So I'm going to open this one up and check it out and see if there is already an underdrive and this is just a spare gear, or if this is actually an underdrive for the axles. Because if this is so, we pretty much don't have to buy anything else. This is going to be ready to go. So that's gonna be super sick. Guys, it took me all day. I had to use my other radio to get the maximum steering angle. I'm not gonna be able to run this body, so this means that I'm gonna have to find a different body, because as you can see, my skid plates are full, and this body right here is too tight, so it won't fit over it. So no big deal. I don't know if I'm going to search for a bigger body pre-made. I was thinking maybe some die-cast stuff. I don't know, I would like to try that as well, but we have quite a mess with the cables and stuff like that, so we will see what I can find. Maybe I will just, when I get the printer, design and print a new body. But guys, this is how much steering I was able to get. As you can see, look at how much the tires are rotating. Not full lock. I'm not locking the entire axle because I need a longer servo horn, but with this servo horn I think the steering is plenty enough. I need to trim a little bit my skid plates because I do have some pretty serious tire rub. I don't know if you can see that from the video, but definitely need to round out these skid plates. And then I have to decide what to do for a body because I am not sure yet. And yeah, so without further ado, let's test it out on the rocks. Also, before I go, guys, they give you, I was right, they do give you already a underdrive for the rear. So do not buy the underdrive if you're going to buy the isokinetic nylon axles. I did get the underdrive already installed. It was a pain in the butt to work with the 24 scale vehicles. I really freaking hate working on it. It took me all day to just swap axles and put an overdrive gear in. I don't know if you can see that. This is this is my hand, and this is a Gladiator wheelbase SCX24, and doesn't help the fact that my hands are also pretty shaky. So yeah, that was a pretty big pain in the butt. Yeah, without further ado, let's get it out on the rocks and let's give it a run.
I'm an emperor and you'll surely witness. I'm from Keta, but I've been in Malkuth doing business, moving vicious, cause I see the cycle getting repetitious. And plenty of motherfuckers dead sleeping with the fishes. It's really getting ridiculous. Most folks are envious, or they either scared and in fear like insidious. Time's been ugly, but now they just hideous. Everybody's a killer and they trying to hide themselves from us. I'm just being me, never switching for the bucks. I'm in y'all's playing, so I'm something no man can touch. I've been going ham like I'm playing in the clutch. Got the Kyrie step back when actors acting up. Been this way since a pup. You can't even get us up. Fuck us up. If you acting different, then you getting snubbed. And I ain't even let them come back like the Cubs. That's a dub. I'ma fly like a dove, so what's up? Lost in my mind and I'm drifting. Lost in my mind, seeing different. I've been lost in my mind and I'm drifting. I've been lost in my mind, seeing different. If you ain't showing love, then you only showing hate. And I already get enough, wanting cream, needed double stuff. That along with the knowledge got my conscience rising up. The frequency way higher than when I was out of luck. So fuck it, if they ain't riding, I'ma leave them stuck. Cause most of them like Biden, Joe's trying to get a buck. I'm a pro, so they duck and say I'm loco. Meanwhile, rappers say the same thing like Coco. So I gotta snap like necks and bad chokeholds. I don't see a threat, I don't stress over bozos. I bounce back the best and that's no pogo. I did it all solo with the mind of a mogo. They try to throw a low blow, no. I got my guard higher like I got God higher. A star that's getting brighter, hanging in like a fighter. I gotta be liver, show a bob and weave and end them with good nighters. Lost in my mind and I'm drifting. Only bringing fire. Lost in my mind, seeing different. I've been lost in my mind and I'm drifting. I've been lost in my mind, seeing different.
So, final thoughts on the MEUS axles. Should you buy the MEUS axles? Well, final answer, guys, for me is an absolute yes. Yes. Absolutely, you should buy the MEUS axles. Especially, I did not have the chance to try the aluminum ones. I just went straight with the nylon ones because I think plastic over the rocks is a little bit better, slides a little bit better over the obstacles. And also I was almost able to get, I don't know if you can see that from the video, I was almost able to get the full 52 degrees of steering. I think that with a little bit of tweaking I should be able to reach the intended angle, but I don't think it's really needed. I think this much is like good enough for pretty much everything you need to do. They are quite light with the housings, and the brass weights on the front axle are actually quite heavy, so you do get a pretty big front bias in terms of weight. So yeah, I think that you should really get the MEUS isokinetic nylon axles if you have the chance to, because for $60 I don't think there is pretty much anything better out there at the market. I will try maybe in the future. I do have another project that I want to share with you in a little bit, that I am going to try with the stock axles, Dremel out the insides and change the dog bones with U-joints, I think is the correct term. Correct me on that in the comments if I made a mistake. And we're going to compare the steering only, because the build that I want to do, it's quite a special build, so we will see in the future if I can actually do it, how I want to do it. But I will update you guys as soon as I have something to show. But in the meantime, let me present to you my next project. This Ford F100 120 scale die-cast model. So this pretty big boy here, it's super heavy. As you can see, not only the doors open, they're quite sturdy, but the doors open and also the hood opens, and we do have an engine bay inside. So what's my project for this one? Well, my project for this one is actually pretty simple, we could say. I do have the axles and a lot of parts that I got rid from the base camp that I don't need anymore. So my plan was, let's fully upgrade the base camp to pretty much a build crawler, and all the parts that I don't need I'm going to put on this F-150. And I want to try, I'm saying trying because I am not very good at building. I want to keep as many scale parts inside of this truck as I can. I would like to keep the full interior and everything possible. So it's going to be quite a big challenge for me, but we're gonna try our best. And stay tuned, subscribe to the channel to see the, I think, first ever F-150 diecast SEX24. See you soon, guys.